sweet friends. How you doing today? It's me, Sharita Jones, checking back in with another video. Hey! You know it's hard out here for a temp when you're trying to get this money for the rent. Guys, you know the rest of the song. Welcome back to another episode. If it's hard out here for a temp, then it's hard out here for a temp. Let me ask you something, guys. Have you ever walked into work, any work, and felt invisible? Like you're just another face in a sea of employees, someone who's there to fill a gap until they can find, according to them, a real worker. I've heard them say this. This is something temps face every day, guys. We face this every day. You might walk in ready to give it your best, like you're there, give it your all, only to realize that in the eyes of many, you're just a temporary employee, short-term fix. They say this to you. I've heard this said to me. It's hard out here for a temp. And one of the hardest parts, guys, about being a temp is dealing with that feeling of invisibility, being like you're not valued, like you're not important, like you don't matter. And you do matter. You feel overlooked, though, because at the end of the day, you're just passing through, according to them. You're just passing through. You're not here long. So today I want to talk to you about the struggle to be recognized, valued, and respected, even when your role is temporary. One of the biggest misconceptions about being a temp is that we're somehow less invested, less capable, or less valuable than the permanent employees. It's as if temps means we're not bringing our A game, like we're just there to kill time. But the truth is, we have to work twice as hard to prove ourselves. We show up on day one without training, without onboarding, and we're expected to catch up fast, like really, really quick. You're expected to know it walking, grinding, running. I remember one assignment where within the first few days that I was there, I was handling tasks like permanent employees that took months to train on. But still at the end of the day, I felt treated like an afterthought. Managers would discuss upcoming projects in front of me, but never involve me. And when I offered ideas, they were politely or rudely sometimes acknowledged, but never really considered it. It's tough to keep pushing forward when you know people see you as disposable. But if you're a temp, you know that the only way to break through that myth is by proving them wrong. We show up, we learn fast, we handle the same workload as a permanent employee, often without the same resources or support. We be killing it. We be killing it. So how do we stay motivated when we're feeling undervalued? For me, it's about self-worth. If we let the lack of recognition or respect from others define us, we'll burn out quickly. I learned to remind myself of my own worth every single day. I know the quality that I bring to my work, and that's something no one can take away from me. Even if they don't acknowledge it, I'm just not going to let that devalue me. Another trick that I've learned is to focus on the small wins. Focus on the small wins. Clap for yourself. When you're a temp, you may not get promotions. You don't get raises. You don't get long-term projects, but you could still have personal achievements. Maybe you closed an account faster than expected, resolved a tough issue, learned a new skill. That's something to be proud of. Celebrate those wins privately if you have to, but don't dismiss them. These small accomplishments remind you of the impact you're making. You're making a big impact, even if others don't even see it. You see it, and you know the truth. I also make it a point to take pride in learning something new at every assignment. It might be a new system, it might be a new process, or a new way of dealing with clients. Every skill is a piece I can carry with me to the next job. It's like I'm gathering tools for my career toolbox, and that's something to be proud of. Another tough reality as temps is we're often seen as outsiders. There's an unspoken divide between temps and permanent employees. It's heartbreaking. Sometimes it's subtle, like being left out the office conversations, and sometimes it's more obvious. Sometimes it's right in your face. That's the truth. Sometimes it's subtle, like being left out of conversations, and sometimes it's more obvious, like not being invited to the team events or even meetings that affect the work you're doing. It does. It truly affects you. In one of my roles, I remember hearing about a team building outing at a nice restaurant. Everyone was invited. Everyone was so excited, except for the temps. The temps weren't allowed to go. When I asked about it, someone said, "Oh, it's just for the core team. It's just for the employees only, the permanent employees." In those moments, it feels easy to feel like you don't belong. But I realized something. It's not my job to fit into someone else's definition of core. It's my job to do my work well and leave a positive mark. I focused on building one-on-one connections with people rather than waiting for an invite to a big event. I took pride in the relationships I created and the connections that went beyond temp and went beyond perm. And those connections, they're what helped me land new opportunities down the road. As temps, we're taught to keep our heads down and go with the flow. But sometimes you need to stand up for yourself. I've learned that if you feel you're being mistreated or underutilized, it's okay to speak up. It's a penalty for speaking up, but hey, why not? Go for it. There was a job where I was giving a basic repetitive task far below my skill level. I knew I could contribute more. So I approached the manager and I said, I appreciate the opportunity to help out here, but I believe I could add more value here if you would allow me to. Is there any way I can assist on a more challenging project or any challenging projects that you have? To my surprise, they hadn't even realized that I felt under-challenged. Sometimes people don't know what you're capable of until you show them or tell them. Standing up for yourself doesn't mean being confrontational, even though sometimes you feel like being that way. It's about advocating for your skills and making sure people know what you bring to the table. Speak up. Speak up for yourself. Speak up. Speak out. Being a temp isn't easy. We face challenges that others might never experience. We face challenges all the time, feeling undervalued, overlooked, overworked, and sometimes even disrespected. But every day we prove that we're more than just temporary. We're adaptable, we're resilient, and we're skilled. So to all the temps out there, keep going. Remember, you bring value. You bring value even when it's not acknowledged. Your work matters, and your experiences are shaping you into a stronger, more versatile professional. Don't let anyone's label define your worth. You're more than just a temp. You are a force. You are a force to be reckoned with. So sing it with me, guys. You know it's hard out here for a temp. When you're trying to get this money for the rent, you know it's hard out here for a temp. It's hard out here for a temp. It's hard out here for a temp. Anyway, love y'all. Thank you so much for liking, watching, commenting, and subscribing. I've been having a ball making these videos, so love y'all so much. You are amazing. Remember, you are the best, guys. Let your light shine, guys, and keep being the best you that you could be. Be the best version of you that you could be. Love you lots, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye for now, friends. Have an amazing day.